Experience a membership that backs what you're building with American Express Business Platinum. Get 2 times membership rewards points per dollar on eligible purchases in key business categories, as well as on each eligible purchase of $5,000 or more, on up to $2 million in eligible purchases per calendar year. American Express Business Platinum. There's nothing like it. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum.
Welcome to episode 110 of the Inside Job Boards and Recruitment Marketplaces podcast. I am Stephen Rothberg, one of your 2 co-hosts. I'm also the founder of College Recruiter Job Search Site, where we believe that every student and recent grad deserves a great career and that it should be easy and inexpensive for employers to hire them. I'm joined today by my regular co-host, Peter Zollman, who appears to be in a new location. Peter, are you traveling?
Yeah, I'm visiting Williamsburg, not the Virginia one, but the Brooklyn one again, visiting the grandkids. And so here I am. It's Peter Zollman, founder of the AIM Group. We provide business intelligence and conferences and consulting for job boards and recruitment marketplaces, and been doing it for coming up on 30 years.
Long enough to know better.
Long enough to have had black hair and more of it.
I had black hair at one point too.
Yeah. Well,
And also much more of it.
in any case,
we wanted to talk about quality, right?
yeah.
We at College Recruiter, and I also hear when I'm talking to other leaders of job boards, recruitment marketplaces, that increasingly over the last few years, it happened before, but it's a lot more now. We hear employers, staffing agencies, ad agencies, whatever, our advertisers, talking to us being job boards, about quality. They have like too much quantity. Don't send us so many candidates. Don't send us so many applications. What we really want is quality. And you and I wanted to talk about that today to, is this a thing? Is this important, or is it just a bunch of talk?
For many years, I believed, and I still believe, that the perfect job talent search would turn up either the single candidate who fits perfectly or 3. And you can choose from 3, right? And choose from these 3 and you're good. And to a certain extent, executive search firms do that.
Yeah.
They present you a panel of 6 or 8 logical candidates, and then you can choose from those 6 or 8, the 3 that you want to interview, and from those you hire 1.
Yeah.
And if the 6 or 8, none of them pan out, A, the search firm hasn't done its job, and B, you don't pay them, or they find another 6 or 8. But most employers, or certainly TA, talent acquisition people and employers, get nervous when they only get 3 or 6 or 8 resumes or CVs, and they want more.
Yeah.
They don't think, oh, these 3 are perfect. That's what I want. They want more. So you talk about the whole payment thing, and are they really interested in getting quality or quantity? And then I'll talk about what one company or a couple companies told me years ago that doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah. So in conversations that I have with other job boards / recruitment marketplaces, what we hear over and over and over again is, don't send us 100 applications, just send us the quality ones, which begs the question, what is quality? And that's where it gets really messy really quickly, because you can have an employer with 10 recruiters, and each of those 10 recruiters will have a different subjective idea about what quality is. And that might change from Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday, depending upon how many applications they've received, what they're hearing from their hiring manager. And when you look at the job posting ad and you say, oh, okay, well, it has these 5 requirements, and this candidate has all 5 of those, You would think that would be quality. But a lot of times the recruiters will say, well, no, because it doesn't say this, or the way they described it is this, or there's a typo, or they included a cover letter, but they shouldn't have, or they're 12 miles away from our store. And although we didn't put that as a requirement, I really want them to be 10 miles away. Or the hiring manager didn't hire that person 2 months from now. And so therefore that applicant isn't quality. Another issue, Peter, that we have is that employers will want the job boards to be accountable for quality, but they won't communicate to the job boards in real time, like quickly enough that we can do something about that. Instead, we might get feedback a month or 2 months later, long after the ad has stopped running. So we can't really do anything to change the traffic that we're sending to them. So, what I keep hearing from people is that the higher up in the organization you go, the VP of HR, the more likely it is that that person is going to say quality. But the people who are actually making the buying decisions at lower in TA, they tend to buy based on quantity. What's the effective cost per application? Your thoughts?
Well, two things. Number one, this is why Indeed is pushing so hard for disposition data.
Yes.
How did people come through the funnel and what happened? And not only does that help company A, which ran the listing, but it helps Indeed deliver to company B, company C, company D, and helps college recruiter better deliver to company B, company C, company D. Also helps Indeed or college recruiter or whatever the job board recruitment marketplace is, helps you sell better.
Hmm.
Okay, we can see we have these candidates and they work this way and so forth and so on. Separately, but not separately, I remember talking to an employer 5, 6, 7 years ago, and they said they were tracking so much information that they could track not only who they hired, but how they were, whether they were still with the company 6 months, 1 year, and 2 years later, they hadn't gone past the 2 year point, and how they were performing 6 months, 1 year, 2 years later. And I thought, holy smokes. Ultimately, the holy grail is find me the candidate.
Yeah.
Or if I'm hiring 50, find me the 55 and I'll choose 50 of them. Ultimately, the holy grail is pay per hire on both sides, right? I mean, I would much rather pay as an employer for the 50 people I hire out of 50 than I would rather pay for 500 people whom I now have to screen and interview and screening, and all that stuff. Get me the 50 that I want to hire. That's the ultimate. However, we're many steps away from that. One thing that's going to have to happen is that recruiters, hiring managers, and companies are going to have to get comfortable that, okay, these are the people whom I want to hire. There may be other people out there who would be equally qualified, but these are qualified employees. They're the candidates who meet my needs and requirements and culture and fit and all that stuff. And these are the people I want to hire. So I don't need to look beyond that. And that's going to take a lot of culture changing because, if you presented a recruiter right now or a hiring manager with the perfect three candidates and said, that's all you get, choose from those three, he or she, especially if he's a he, is going to look at it and say, oh no, I need more. Oh no, this is not good enough. Oh no, get me 20 resumes because that's what I've always done.
It always becomes, what if there's somebody
Old
better? What are the,
habits,
yeah,
old habits, old methods, old ways of doing things. It's going to probably take a full generation to shift away from that. I mean,
yeah.
from the time when people got resumes in the mail on paper and had a stack of resumes and looked at that stack and put this on this pile and this one on this pile and this one on this pile. We do that now. It's called an ATS, and soon it'll be called AI. In many cases, it's already called AI. But how does that mentality change? And does AI change that mentality? Because, okay, I believe my AI gave me the top 3 candidates for this job where I need 1 employee.
Yeah.
It's going to take a generational shift. It's going to take a mentality shift, and it's going to take a lot of proving.
So, Peter, a minute ago, you said that it's like the Holy Grail. Is it the Holy Grail for the employer, for the job board, or both? What are your thoughts?
Well, for an employer to be able to say, I need this person,
Yeah.
and have the job board or the ATS or the AI or whatever it ultimately is come and, I can't fill in fill in the block here, but deliver that person. That's absolutely what the employer wants. They
Yeah.
just aren't comfortable with that yet, and they don't think that yet.
And what about the job board? Do you think job boards want a cost per hire model? Because I don't.
If right now you generate $10 per apply,
Okay.
I'm pulling that number out of thin air, right?
Sure. Sure.
And you get 20 applies. So you get $200.
Right.
If you could generate 3 applies
Yep.
and get paid $150 a piece,
Yep.
then suddenly you're at 450. Your costs presumably have not substantially increased.
Right.
The employer's costs have gone down, not because they're spending less with you meaning a job board, but
Hmm.
they're spending less time with talent acquisition, with screening interviews, with
Right.
phone interviews, with all of that stuff. And time to hire goes from 6 weeks, because I have to go through all these processes and all these this, and time to hire just went to 2 weeks. I'm saving a lot of money as an employer, even though I'm spending more money with Steven Rothberg. Now, spending more money with Steven Rothberg is absolutely anathema to me and to just about everybody in the industry, right?
I was going to say, Peter, that I think we can all agree that's a good thing. But
Most rational beings would say that's a bad thing. But if I filled the job faster, if I saved all the time in the process, if I got the perfect candidate,
yeah.
or 3 perfect candidates and got to choose between 3 instead of 60,
Yeah.
and all of the stuff that goes with that, I'm a happier employer. Better, cheaper, faster. And better, cheaper, faster is always a good thing.
Hi, this is Stacey Harris.
And this is Terry Zipper, and we're the host of the 2 podcasts under the HR Huddle.
On Spilling the Tea on HR Tech, we uncover the latest trends, truths, and challenges from Sapient Insight Group's groundbreaking research and our analyst insights, serving up everything you need to know about HR tech with no sugarcoating.
And on HR, we have a problem. We tackle the toughest workplace challenges head on, offering you expert advice and actionable solutions to help HR leaders thrive in today's fast-changing world. Whether you want the scoop on tech or tools to solve people problems, we've got you covered.
Take a listen and subscribe. If you want to become part of our community, we'd love to see you.
So we're reaching the end of our time. Let me give you my thoughts.
And then you wrap up.
Yeah, but I also think I would like the viewers on like LinkedIn, YouTube, the listeners on Spotify, Pandora, etc., to comment on this, because I do think that there are a lot of different opinions and a lot of really good people can contribute to the discussion. My thought is that cost per hire is determined by, did you hire someone? Like, who did you hire? And it's the hiring manager that makes that decision, whether to hire somebody, who to hire. They can be presented with 3 or 12 or whatever fantastic candidates, and they can still choose to hire their niece who didn't go through the normal process. The recruiters who presented the slate, who did the screening and selection, I don't think that they should be evaluated for something that's largely outside of their control. And what's largely outside of their control is who the hiring manager decides to hire, and even if they decide to hire. And if the recruiters aren't accountable, then I also think that the sourcing tools used by the recruiters, like the job board, shouldn't be accountable. So I think we should be accountable for what's largely within our control, which is sending candidates and having those candidates match up with the job posting ad, and nothing after that. I think after that, that's more of a hiring manager metric.
I didn't say this was happening next week, next month, or even next year. And attribution and where did the candidates come from, and on and on and on and on. There are huge questions. But I think for both the employer and ultimately the job board or recruitment marketplace or the AI or whatever we call it, the holy grail will be, did you get me the single, double, triple, 50 candidates that I needed for the 1, 2, 3, 50 jobs I needed, not 500 candidates for 50 jobs or 1,000 candidates for 50 jobs, of whom 450 have to go away disappointed.
Right.
Speaking of disappointed, I'm disappointed that we have to wrap up because we were having fun, but so be it. Stephen, catch you next time. See you soon. And winter's coming. It's another couple of weeks in Minnesota. So get your parka ready, take it to the cleaner because you'll need it in 2-3 weeks. Be
Cheers,
well,
my friend.
friend.
Safe travels.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah?
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Every minute your finance team spends wrestling with data is a minute lost. Insight Software's AI-powered insights instantly move you from complexity to clarity. Automated analysis, real-time reporting, strategic recommendations, all at your fingertips. Transform how your finance team works and watch your business grow. Stop wasting time. Start making smarter decisions. Learn more at insightsoftware.com/AI.